The film begins in a tranquil village by Byung-kan Lake, northeastern Thailand, where locals share stories under the evening sky. A mailman named Han brings unsettling news of a giant beast emerging from the lake, which some dismiss as legend while others feel a troubling unease settle over the community. That night a man ventures out in the rain to catch frogs typical for the season, but instead discovers bizarre glowing eggs in the mud. Intrigued, he takes one home as a curiosity. Meanwhile, nature reacts violently. Frogs swarm in alarming numbers, livestock panics, and an unsettling stillness envelopes the forest, indicating a disruption in the natural order. A young girl named May discovers a similar egg near the lake, feeling an inexplicable pull towards it. Her demeanor shifts, she becomes withdrawn, distracted, and experiences vivid visions and nightmares that hint at the egg's influence. As more villagers begin to vanish, starting with a fisherman whose bloodied boat is found, panic ensues. The villagers turn to authorities for assistance. Soldiers are dispatched to restore order, and a government scientist arrives to investigate the unsettling events. She suspects that an unknown aquatic creature has emerged due to human actions. The situation escalates when the creature reveals itself a colossal amphibious being that rampages through the village at night, demolishing homes and vehicles. It retaliates violently if threatened, but appears to avoid unnecessary killing. The military's attempts to subdue the creature are futile. Their weapons fail against its might, leading to several soldier casualties as it retreats into the lake following the confrontation. Amid this turmoil, May's health deteriorates, exhibiting strange symptoms. Her heartbeat displays an unusual rhythm and she starts to utter incoherent phrases. The scientist concludes that May may share a biological or psychic link with the creature via the egg. She theorizes that the creature's aggression stems not from malevolence but rather from a desperate search for its progeny. As tensions rise, the military organizes a comprehensive operation aimed at obliterating the creature. Helicopters hover overhead, tanks mobilize, and snipers position themselves around the lake while villagers are evacuated, though many resist leaving their homes. The creature, sensing the mounting threat, becomes more aggressive and launches another attack, shattering the blockade and wreaking havoc on both machinery and humanity. The climax approaches as both sides gear up for an inevitable confrontation, caught in a battle fueled by desperation and survival. In a flashback narrated by an elder, the lake's history unfolds. Long ago, the locals believed spirits inhabited the lake, serving as protectors of the ecosystem. Offerings were made to these guardians, but with the advent of modernization, pollution took hold and sacred rituals were abandoned. The elder suspects the creature haunting the lake is one such guardian, incensed by the ecological destruction and the theft of its egg. Meanwhile, at the hospital, May's health deteriorates, drawing her inexplicably toward the lake. In a trance-like state, she escapes the hospital and makes her way to the shore. Her mother, accompanied by a biologist and a few sympathetic soldiers, follows her under the belief that returning the creature's egg could cease the violence surrounding them. As May clutches the egg and wades into the shallows, the monster reappears. Unlike previous encounters, there is no aggression this time. The creature approaches with caution, its eyes locking onto May's, acknowledging the egg she carries. The egg emits a pulsating light and their psychic connection is palpable. In a tranquil moment, May holds the egg aloft, prompting the creature to lower its massive head in a gesture of recognition. Peace permeates the scene. When May releases the egg into the water, the creature gently receives it, cradling it with care. The storm overhead begins to dissipate and the soldiers, awestruck, lower their weapons. Silence envelopes the area as the creature without a sound turns and sinks back into the lake, retreating to its ancient home. The aftermath unfolds in a serene atmosphere. The scientist concludes the creature has likely entered hibernation, emphasizing the importance of protecting the lake's ecology. The government vows to introduce new regulations, but the effectiveness of these promises remains uncertain. Villagers gradually return, starting to rebuild their lives. Though May appears to have returned to normal, she dreams of the creature, now depicted as calm and nurturing within her visions. A newfound respect for the lake develops among the people as they begin to clean its shores and honor its presence. They share the legend with their children, hoping to maintain harmony with nature and avoid rending the delicate balance once more. The film concludes with a lingering shot of the lake at dawn, serene and enveloped in mist. Beneath the surface, something stirs, not out of wrath but in a spirit of peace, an enduring reminder that nature, despite its formidable aspects, is not an adversary but rather a force to be understood, revered and safeguarded. In the serene village of Byung-kan, situated beside an enigmatic lake, the tranquility is shattered by terrifying rumors. Han, the village mailman, shares a spine-chilling account with his friend Man, claiming he has witnessed a colossal fish rise from the depths to pull a dog underwater. Initially dismissed as folly by the villagers, the fearful whispers quickly escalate as others recount similar sightings of a huge presence lurking in the lake, shifting the atmosphere from skepticism to palpable dread. As a storm brews one evening, a man ventures out to hunt frogs, unaware that his innocent quest will trigger disastrous consequences. While in the woods, he discovers peculiar, oversized eggs that are unlike anything he's encountered before. Driven by curiosity, he takes one home, oblivious to the ancient power it may hold, evident from its faint glowing aura. Meanwhile, strange occurrences unfold in the village. Livestock act irrationally, escaping their pens, and an array of unnatural phenomena begins to emerge. The moment the egg is disturbed, an awakening occurs in the lake, releasing a gigantic amphibious monster that had lain dormant for centuries. This creature begins to rampage through the village, leaving destruction in its wake and transforming the lake monster, once merely a legend, into a terrifying reality. The creature's aggression appears to be linked to the stolen egg, which seems to be its missing offspring, stirring it to action with an instinctual drive. In the wake of the monster's initial attacks, which involve horrifying disappearances and fatalities, local authorities are summoned. Scientists, military personnel, and officials arrive to investigate, perplexed by the events unfurling before them. One insightful biologist, mindful of the ecological implications, theorizes that the creature could represent a forgotten species or an uncharted evolutionary path. She cautions the military that the egg may be the critical factor in the creature's ferocity, but her warnings fall on deaf ears in favor of overwhelming force. As panic ensues, villagers evacuate in droves, leading to chaos in the streets as the natural world seems to revolt. Swarms of frogs invade, storms intensify, and animals exhibit bizarre behaviors. Local lore resurfaces, recalling the lake's sacred nature and its role as a boundary between realms. An elder shares age-old tales of mythical beings that coexisted harmoniously with nature until human actions disrupted this delicate balance. The village, once peaceful, is now engulfed in fear, caught in a struggle against forces they barely understand. Reflection on humanity's impact on the environment. The young girl, though profoundly changed by her experience, gains a deeper understanding of connection and empathy. The trauma of the conflict lingers in the village, yet the poignant moment of reconciliation marks a shift in their perspectives. They begin to realize that their actions, driven by fear and aggression, had consequences not only for themselves but for the world around them. The narrative underscores the importance of coexistence and understanding in the face of adversity. As the villagers rebuild, they carry the lessons learned from the tragedy, the need to respect nature and the delicate balance that sustains life. The girl's bond with the creature persists, bridging the gap between human and monster, reminding her of the fragile relationship they share with the natural world. This experience transforms her into an advocate for wildlife, pushing her community toward harmony with their environment. In the aftermath, military leaders and government officials are forced to reconsider their approach to such entities, shifting from a mindset of eradication to one of coexistence and conservation. The creature becomes a symbol of potential understanding between humanity and the wild, embodying the pain caused by misunderstanding and the heavy costs of conflict. The story serves as a cautionary tale, emphasizing that violence often begets destruction while empathy can forge paths to healing and understanding. The resolution brings a hopeful note, suggesting that dialogue and understanding can pave the way for future coexistence rather than conflict. It emphasizes the notion that creatures of all kinds, be they human or otherwise, share a common thread of longing, loss, and desire for connection. In recognizing their shared experiences, the villagers begin to cultivate a sense of responsibility towards the environment, ultimately striving for a peaceful relationship with the natural world. Thus, the tale transcends its initial horror and violence, evolving into a poignant exploration of grief, connection, and humanity's place within the vast tapestry of life. The young girl's journey alongside the creature's parental instincts reveals an innate drive towards understanding and compassion. This metamorphosis transforms the community's values, instilling hope that through empathy and respect, harmony with nature is possible, forever altering their course and perception of the world around them. If you enjoy watching this video, then subscribe to Angel Recaps for the latest movies explanation.